I've not become attractive overnight, just my wallet. Bachelor factory worker, 58, scoops £71 million on EuroMillions, but warns off gold diggers as he vows windfall bloody well will change him. A metal factory worker is planning a spending spree but warned off gold diggers today after insisting his £71 million EuroMillions jackpot win, the 15th biggest in UK history, will change his life. Ade Goodchild, from Hereford, has his eye on a new house with a jacuzzi, a few staff and dream holidays to the Grand Canyon and the pyramids after claiming a prize of £71,057,439 following Friday's EuroMillions draw. The 58-year-old told a press conference today in Great Malvern, Worcestershire, "I'm not one of these winners who is going to say this win won't change me. It bloody well will, or at least I'll give it a damn good go." Mr. Goodchild, who is single and has now quit his job, was asked by reporters if he thought the money made him a more attractive romantic prospect. He replied, "Anybody I think I couldn't have pulled before has got no chance. I haven't suddenly become more attractive overnight, just my wallet has. I take people as I find them, but like I say, I'm not a stupid man. I have done stupid things, luckily I've learned from them." Mr. Goodchild, who weighs 20 stone and is an only child, added, "There'll be no more shift work for me. I want to travel, find myself a lovely new home, go to top sporting events, and try many other things besides." The worker, who is believed to have 2 ex-wives, said he celebrated his win by watching the Wales v Ireland rugby match on TV with his parents while sharing a takeaway pizza and spicy chicken wings, with Italian beer. Mr. Goodchild said he had an urge to check his ticket on Saturday, instead of waiting for Monday as usual, and did not realize he had won the jackpot at first when he scanned his ticket on the National Lottery app. "It gave me the whining ping sound and I thought I might have won a fiver or something," he said. "But when I checked I thought, hang on, it looks like I've won £71,000. I put my glasses on to double-check and then spotted that it was the jackpot prize and that all my numbers were circled. I thought, wow, a lot of people have shared the jackpot this week, but fair play. Then I read the prize amount again and realized that it was actually £71 million and just one winner, me. It was then that I called my mum and dad. The reaction was one of complete shock. I still don't think it's sunk in for them. A new home, with swimming pool and jacuzzi, plus a few staff to help run it, is on his wish list, as well as watching cricket and rugby around the world, and visiting the Grand Canyon and the pyramids in Egypt. He said, "I'm not a gardener, but I'd like a bit of space for the dogs and a nice spot for my hammock on sunny days, so it would be good to have someone to take care of the view for me. I think I could also get used to a driver and even my own cook." Mr. Goodchild added, "I've always wanted to see the pyramids, so I'll be doing an Nile cruise. I've also got a cousin in Canada, so I want to go to see him. Then there's the Grand Canyon in Vegas. I want to see the world. the factory worker, who bought his winning ticket from the co-op on Ledbury Road in Hereford, said he would also treat his parents to a new home. "I am an only child and my parents have always been there for me," he said. "Like all parents, they worry about my mortgage, bills and how long I will have to work for. I've told my parents they can stop saving now and spend my inheritance." Mr. Goodchild, whose family are originally from South Wales, said he plans to help his extended family too, after having to keep the win a secret from them when they meet on Sunday. "Me and my cousins often get together and the date was already in the diary last Sunday to meet for lunch," he said. "I must have come across very emotional but I couldn't tell them about the win. I didn't want to spoil our day. Most of them know now though. I am going to enjoy sitting down and chatting about how I might be able to help them." Friday's winning main EuroMillions numbers were 03, 15, 24, 42 and 46, and the winning EuroMillions lucky star numbers were 09 and 12. There was an estimated £14 million jackpot for Tuesday's draw. Mr. Goodchild kept his winning ticket in his sack drawer for safety. "No one would want to go in there," he joked. Metal worker Mr. Goodchild said he had already told work he would not be going back, he just had to get around to sending the paperwork. He said, "I'm 5 feet 11 inches, I like long walks on the beach and I do like a pina colada now and again. I've worked, in fact, most of my adult life. It's the factory, not the greatest of environments to work in but there are really great people in there, really nice people I've worked with. I don't think I'll do it anymore, I think I'll tune myself into the finer things in life instead." He joked that colleagues might have a whip round for his leaving, as he had always put in for workmates when they had moved on. Mr. Goodchild, who owns 2 Labradoodle dogs, said he would use the money to buy his parents a home, and help out extended family. He said, "I've got a lot of family still in Wales, who I love to bits." He added, "There'll be mum and dad, naturally. I'm going to take them property shopping with me, because they'll be living in the same place, or thereabouts, as me. I'll make sure they're happy and secure and they can spend all my inheritance now. They worked so hard for it, Dad always doing overtime, making sure there was something there for me in future. Now he can spend it, he will never run out of cash." Asked if he would help out his cousins, uncles and aunts, he added, "I don't think any of them is going to be working anymore, bless them." The dogs, meanwhile, will not be getting any extra treats because they're good dogs, but will get a biscuit at bedtime. He has vowed to make millionaires of his parents and his big family of aunts, uncles and cousins in the South Wales valleys. He regularly meets up with his Welsh family at the historic Sgridin pub near Abergavenny, South Wales. But when they met on Sunday he kept his big win a secret because it was still to be verified. Mr. Goodchild said, "I told them on the phone later, there was a lot of whooping and crying. I don't think any of them will be working anymore. The first people I will treat will be my parents. They have worked hard over the years, Dad did a lot of overtime." Dad will never run out of cash now because I will always be there to look after him. Mr. Goodchild said he was looking forward to going property shopping for 2 properties close to each other in Hereford. He said, "I want to help my family. I've got a lot of family in Wales and I love them to bits." Mr. Goodchild became the richest unmarried winner to go public, putting him in the firing line for single women looking for a sugar daddy. But he plans to spend on himself after handing in his notice at the Hereford factory where he's worked for 24 years. He said, "I want to chillax in my hammock in the garden of my new house when I buy it." Mr. Goodchild is the wealthiest singleton to go public, the National Lottery confirmed, and the 15th jackpot winner. He told of celebrating on Saturday by doing what I was going to do anyway and watching the Wales rugby union team clinch the Six Nations Grand Slam with his father. He said, "We had slightly fancier beer than we would have, nice Italian beer, sent out for pizza and had some spicy wings, the sort of things millionaires do every Saturday." Mr. Goodchild, who has no children, added that watching Wales win had felt more real than the lottery. He claimed he always had a feeling he would win some money in his life. "I've been doing the lottery since it started and even then before that I thought, I'll be rich one day, I'll have to be lucky to get it," he said. "Lucky is what I turned out to be. I'm just about the happiest bloke you could imagine." Mr. Goodchild has done the lottery since day one and always had the feeling he would win. He usually checks his ticket on a Monday, giving him hope all weekend that he'd struck the jackpot. But he had a funny feeling at 7:30 am on Saturday morning and broke a habit of a lifetime to check his EuroMillions numbers on his phone app. Mr. Goodchild said, "It makes the same beeping noise if you've won a fiver or the jackpot. I could see I'd won and at first it looked like it was £71,000. I had to sit down when I realised it was £71 million. The win makes Mr. Goodchild Britain's 15th biggest winner in the history of the lottery." He said, "The first thing I did was ring my mom and dad. Normally when you get a phone call so early in the morning, it's a tragedy. I had to convince them that I'd won, they thought I was pulling their leg." Mr. Goodchild sat drinking tea, eating toast and playing with his dogs until he could confirm the win with Camelot at 9 am. He spent the rest of the day watching his beloved Wales win the Rugby Six Nations Championship by beating Ireland 25-7. Mr. Goodchild has not ruled out flying to Japan in the autumn to support Wales in the Rugby World Cup. He's also a big England cricket fan. Mr. Goodchild, who is partial to spicy chicken wings and a few beers, said the jackpot had made him the happiest bloke in the world. Asked if he was scared by the scale of his win, he said, "Not scared, just very excited. I'm hoping it doesn't change me as a person. It's a huge adventure opening up." At the co-op store where Mr. Goodchild bought his winning ticket, staff said they were thrilled for him. Team manager Sarah Swain, 35, said, "He's a lovely man. Of all the customers we have in here, no one deserves to have one more than Ade does." Mrs. Swain said Mr. Goodchild has been a regular customer at the Hereford store for years and years and buys up to a dozen lottery tickets a week on average. He also purchases many of his daily groceries at the shop, usually a bottle of red wine and a pork pie. They seem to be his favorites, Mrs. Swain said. Most days he'll pick up a pork pie and a bottle of red, usually at the lower end of our range, say around £6. Maybe now he'll go for something at the top end, which we stock at £16 a bottle. The last significant lottery winner at the store was about 8 years ago, Mrs. Swain said, when a customer scooped a mere £300,000 with the scratch card. Mr. Goodchild's modest terraced home is empty today, and his overgrown front lawn bore testimony to his claim that he is not a keen gardener. The curtains were drawn at the two-bed brick and white timber-clad house, and a satellite dish was hanging loose on the front wall. And neighbors shrieked with delight when told of his win, adding, "I wish it had been me who won." The elderly woman said, "I don't know Mr. Goodchild well, but we say hello to one another and he seems like a decent man." Mr. Goodchild said he quit his job at Special Metals Wigan Limited in Hereford, where he had worked for 24 years, on Monday. The company is owned by American firm Precision Cast Parts Corporation. His former colleagues congratulated Mr. Goodchild on his win. One said, "It couldn't have happened to a nicer fella. He's a top bloke. Always laughing and chatting. He used to joke about buying a mansion and living like a playboy if he ever won the lottery. Now he can really live the dream." Before the announcement today, Andy Carter, senior winners advisor at the National Lottery, previously said 2019 was turning out to be a lucky one for UK EuroMillions players. "We've already seen Patrick and Francis Connolly from Northern Ireland bank £114.9 million from the draw on New Year's Day, and we now have another multi-million-pound UK EuroMillions winner," he said. "This is the 15th biggest winner this country has ever seen, and we look forward to toasting their win." Mr. and Mrs. Connolly, from Moira, County Down, became the UK's fourth biggest lottery winners on New Year's Day. Their win followed builder Andrew Clark, 51, from Boston, Lincolnshire, finding out in November he had £1.76 million 6 weeks after the draw. In July 2011, Colin and Chris Weir from Ayrshire became the biggest lottery winners in the UK, and across Europe, when they won more than £161 million. Ian and Gillian Bayford from Suffolk scooped a prize of more than £148 million in August 2012. Last year, one lucky ticket holder, who chose to remain anonymous, landed a £121 million jackpot in April, while another took home just over £77 million in February.